Imagine a dark screen, soft ambient music playing in the background, and small glowing particles floating gently. The question arises, why do some people manage to transform their lives while others remain stuck for years? Is it a matter of talent, luck, or motivation? The answer, as James Clear reveals in Atomic Habits, is much simpler and more profound. It's all about habits. Not just any habits, but the tiny, invisible, daily actions that shape our lives. These small routines, often overlooked, hold the secret to extraordinary results. As we begin this journey, let's explore how the science of small wins can lead to massive change. Habits are the invisible architecture of daily life. They operate quietly in the background, guiding our choices and shaping our outcomes. While talent and luck play a role, it's the consistent, repeated actions that truly drive transformation. Atomic Habits dives deep into this concept, showing us that by focusing on small, manageable changes, we can unlock a path to lasting success. These habits don't need to be dramatic or overwhelming. In fact, it's their simplicity and consistency that make them so powerful. Let's see how even the smallest actions can set the stage for remarkable results. Picture a minimalist line graph, slowly rising. This is the 1% rule in action. If you improve by just 1% every day, you might not notice a difference tomorrow or even next week. But after a year, you'll be 37 times better than when you started. That's the magic of compounding. Success isn't about making one giant leap. It's about making small, consistent improvements that add up over time. Each day's effort builds on the last, creating a powerful upward momentum. This principle is at the heart of Atomic Habits, and it's what makes small wins so transformative. Think about how compounding works in finance. Small investments grow exponentially over time. The same principle applies to habits. When you repeat a positive action every day, the benefits multiply. It's not about perfection or making huge changes overnight. Instead, it's about showing up day after day and letting those small efforts accumulate. Over weeks and months, these tiny improvements become significant. This gradual climb is what separates those who achieve lasting change from those who struggle. Atomic Habits teaches us to trust the process and embrace the power of incremental progress. Every habit follows a simple, four-step pattern known as the habit loop. Imagine a glowing circle forming, each section lighting up as we walk through the steps. First comes the cue, a trigger that grabs your attention. Next is the craving, the desire to change your state. Then the response, the action you take. Finally, the reward, the satisfaction that teaches your brain to repeat the behavior. This loop runs quietly in the background of your life, shaping your routines and decisions. By understanding how the habit loop works, you gain the power to change it and, ultimately, to change yourself. First step in the habit loop is the cue. This is the trigger that initiates the behavior. It could be something as simple as seeing your running shoes by the door or hearing your alarm in the morning. Cues are powerful because they signal your brain to start a routine. By becoming more aware of the cues in your environment, you can begin to shape your habits intentionally. Recognizing these triggers is the first step toward building better habits and breaking bad ones. It all starts with noticing what prompts your actions. After the cue comes the craving. This is the desire or motivation to change your state. Cravings are the emotional or mental drivers behind every habit. For example, the sight of a coffee cup might trigger a craving for energy or comfort. Understanding what you truly crave helps you design habits that satisfy real needs, not just surface-level wants. By identifying the cravings behind your actions, you can start to align your habits with your deeper goals and values. This awareness is crucial for lasting change. Third step in the habit loop is the response, the actual behavior you perform. This is the action that follows the cue and craving. It could be as simple as making a cup of coffee or going for a run. The response is where change happens. By making your desired habits easy and accessible, you increase the likelihood of following through. Atomic Habits emphasizes starting small, so the response feels manageable and achievable. Over time, these small actions become automatic, forming the foundation of lasting change. Finally, every habit ends with a reward. This is the satisfaction or benefit you receive from completing the behavior. Rewards reinforce the habit loop, teaching your brain that the action is worth repeating. Whether it's a sense of accomplishment, relaxation, or pleasure, rewards are essential for habit formation. By making your habits satisfying, you increase the chances of sticking with them. Atomic Habits encourages us to celebrate small wins and recognize progress, no matter how minor. These positive feelings help habits stick and grow stronger over time. Understanding the habit loop gives you the power to change your behaviors. By identifying cues, cravings, responses, and rewards, you can redesign your routines for better outcomes. This knowledge is the foundation for building good habits and breaking bad ones. Atomic Habits provides practical strategies for mastering each step of the loop, making it easier to create positive change. With this framework, you can take control of your habits and ultimately your life. The journey to transformation begins with understanding how habits work. Atomic Habits introduces 4 simple laws for building better habits. These laws provide a step-by-step guide to making positive changes stick. The first law is to make it obvious. The second is to make it attractive. The third is to make it easy, and the fourth is to make it satisfying. By applying these principles, you can design habits that are easy to start and hard to abandon. Each law addresses a different stage of the habit loop, ensuring that your new routines are both effective and enjoyable. First law of behavior change is to make it obvious. This means designing your environment so that your desired habits are easy to see and remember. For example, if you want to read more, leave a book on your pillow. If you want to eat healthier, keep fruits visible on the counter. Don't rely on willpower alone, set up cues that prompt the behavior you want. By making your habits obvious, you reduce friction and increase the likelihood of following through. Small changes in your environment can lead to big results. Second law is to make your habits attractive. This involves pairing your desired behavior with something you enjoy. For instance, listen to your favorite music while exercising or enjoy a cup of tea while reading. By linking habits with pleasure, you create positive associations that make the behavior more appealing. The more attractive a habit is, the more likely you are to stick with it. Atomic Habits encourages us to find ways to make our routines enjoyable, turning discipline into delight. Third law is to make your habits easy. Start with small actions that are impossible to fail. For example, if you want to write daily, begin by jotting down a single sentence. If you want to exercise, start with just 2 minutes. The key is to lower the barrier to entry so that starting feels effortless. Over time, these small steps build momentum and lead to bigger changes. Atomic Habits teaches us that simplicity and consistency are more important than intensity. Make it easy, and success will follow. Fourth law is to make your habits satisfying. When you experience a positive outcome, your brain wants to repeat the behavior. Use habit trackers, checkmarks, or small rewards to celebrate your progress. The satisfaction of completing a habit reinforces the loop and makes it more likely you'll stick with it. Atomic Habits emphasizes the importance of immediate rewards, even if they're small. By making your habits satisfying, you create a positive feedback loop that drives lasting change. Environment plays a crucial role in shaping your habits. By arranging your surroundings to support your goals, you make good habits easier and bad habits harder. For example, if you want to eat healthier, keep nutritious foods within reach and remove temptations from sight. Small adjustments in your environment can have a big impact on your behavior. Atomic Habits encourages us to become architects of our own lives, designing spaces that make positive choices the default option. Willpower is a limited resource. Relying on it alone often leads to frustration and failure. Instead, Atomic Habits teaches us to focus on systems and environments that make good habits automatic. By reducing the need for willpower, you conserve energy for more important decisions. This approach makes it easier to stay consistent, even when motivation wanes. Remember, it's not about being perfect, it's about making progress, one small step at a time. Habit stacking is a powerful technique for building new routines. It involves linking a new habit to an existing one, creating a chain of positive behaviors. For example, after you brush your teeth, you might meditate for 2 minutes. By stacking habits together, you create a reliable sequence that's easy to remember and follow. Atomic Habits recommends using this strategy to build momentum and make new habits stick. The more you stack, the stronger your routines become. 2-minute rule is a simple but effective way to start new habits. The idea is to begin with an action that takes less than 2 minutes to complete. For example, if you want to read more, start by reading 1 page. If you want to exercise, do a short stretch. The goal is to make starting so easy that you can't say no. Once you begin, it's much easier to keep going. Atomic Habits shows that small beginnings often lead to big results. Tracking your habits is a powerful way to stay motivated and accountable. Use a habit tracker, journal, or app to record your daily actions. Seeing your progress visually can be incredibly satisfying and encourages you to keep going. Atomic Habits suggests celebrating each checkmark as a small victory. Over time, these records become a testament to your commitment and growth. Tracking makes your efforts tangible and helps you stay on course. Immediate rewards are essential for reinforcing new habits. Our brains are wired to seek instant gratification, so it's important to find ways to make your habits immediately satisfying. This could be as simple as checking off a task or enjoying a small treat after completing a routine. Atomic Habits emphasizes that the more rewarding a habit feels, the more likely you are to repeat it. Find what works for you and use it to your advantage. As you can build good habits, you can also break bad ones. The key is to reverse the 4 laws. Make the bad habit invisible, unattractive, difficult, and unsatisfying. Remove cues, avoid temptations, increase friction, and eliminate rewards. Atomic Habits provides practical strategies for dismantling negative routines and replacing them with positive ones. Remember, breaking a habit is a process, not an event. Be patient and persistent. One of the most powerful ideas in Atomic Habits is the concept of identity-based habits. Instead of focusing solely on outcomes, shift your attention to the type of person you want to become. For example, rather than aiming to run a marathon, focus on becoming a runner. Every action you take is a vote for the person you wish to be. By aligning your habits with your identity, you create lasting change from the inside out. This approach transforms habits from tasks into expressions of who you are. Changing your habits is ultimately about changing your identity. Each time you act in alignment with your desired identity, you reinforce that self-image. For instance, every time you write, you become a writer. Every time you exercise, you become an athlete. Atomic Habits teaches us that true change is not about achieving a goal, but about becoming the kind of person who achieves those goals. Focus on who you want to be and let your habits follow. Belief is a powerful force in habit formation. When you believe you can change, you're more likely to take action and persist through challenges. Atomic Habits highlights the importance of cultivating a growth mindset, believing that your abilities can improve with effort. Surround yourself with supportive people and positive influences. The more you believe in your potential, the more likely you are to succeed. Change starts with belief. While goals are important, systems are what drive progress. A system is the collection of daily habits that lead to your desired outcome. Atomic Habits encourages us to focus on building effective systems rather than obsessing over goals. When you have strong systems in place, success becomes a natural byproduct. This shift in perspective helps you stay consistent and resilient, even when setbacks occur. Build systems and let the results take care of themselves. Change often feels slow at first. You might not see immediate results, leading to frustration or doubt. This is known as the Plateau of Latent Potential. Atomic Habits explains that progress is often invisible until it suddenly becomes undeniable. Trust the process and keep showing up, even when it feels like nothing is happening. Over time, your efforts will compound and breakthroughs will come. Patience and persistence are key. Everyone encounters plateaus on the path to change. The key is to stay consistent and keep faith in your habits. Atomic Habits suggests focusing on the process, not just the outcome. Celebrate small wins and recognize that every effort counts, even when progress seems invisible. Overcoming plateaus requires patience, resilience, and a commitment to your system. Remember, lasting change is built on persistence. Goldilocks rule states that habits are most effective when they're just the right level of challenge, not too easy, not too hard. When a task is perfectly balanced, it keeps you engaged and motivated. Atomic Habits recommends adjusting your routines to find this sweet spot. If a habit feels too difficult, make it easier. If it's too easy, add a small challenge. This approach keeps you in the zone of optimal growth and enjoyment. Motivation naturally rises and falls. The key to staying on track is to design habits that don't rely on motivation alone. Atomic Habits teaches us to make routines so simple and enjoyable that you want to do them, even on low-energy days. Use reminders, rewards, and accountability to keep yourself engaged. The more you enjoy the process, the more likely you are to stick with it. Motivation is helpful, but systems are essential. Having someone to share your progress with can make a huge difference. Accountability partners provide support, encouragement, and a sense of responsibility. Atomic Habits suggests finding a friend, coach, or group to help you stay on track. Regular check-ins and shared goals create a sense of community and motivation. When you know someone is rooting for you, it's easier to stay committed and push through challenges. Community plays a powerful role in shaping our habits. Surrounding yourself with like-minded people who share your values and goals can boost your motivation and accountability. Atomic Habits highlights the importance of social influence in habit formation. Join groups, clubs, or online communities that support your desired changes. The more you connect with others on the same journey, the stronger your habits become. Consistency is the key to making habits stick. The more often you repeat a behavior, the more automatic it becomes. Atomic Habits encourages us to focus on frequency over perfection. Don't worry about missing a day, just get back on track as soon as possible. Over time, your habits will become second nature, requiring less effort and willpower. Stick with it, and the results will follow. Setbacks are a normal part of any journey. The important thing is how you respond. Atomic Habits teaches us to view setbacks as learning opportunities, not failures. Reflect on what went wrong, adjust your approach, and keep moving forward. Resilience and adaptability are essential for long-term success. Remember, progress is rarely a straight line. Embrace the ups and downs as part of the process. Every small win is a step toward your larger goals. Atomic Habits encourages us to celebrate progress, no matter how minor. Recognizing your achievements boosts motivation and reinforces positive behavior. Take time to acknowledge your efforts and reward yourself along the way. These celebrations create a positive feedback loop that makes habits more enjoyable and sustainable. Compound effect is the principle that small, consistent actions add up to significant results over time. Atomic Habits shows that even the tiniest improvements, when repeated daily, can lead to extraordinary outcomes. This principle applies to all areas of life: health, relationships, work, and more. Trust in the power of small wins and let them accumulate. Over time, you'll be amazed at how far you've come. Atomic Habits isn't just for personal growth, it's also powerful in the workplace. By building positive routines at work, you can boost productivity, reduce stress, and achieve your professional goals. Start with small changes, like organizing your desk or setting aside time for focused work. Encourage your team to adopt good habits and celebrate collective wins. The principles of atomic habits apply everywhere. But habits are the foundation of health and wellness. Atomic habits encourages us to focus on small, sustainable changes, like drinking more water, taking daily walks, or preparing healthy meals. These simple routines add up to better physical and mental health over time. Remember, it's not about perfection, but about making progress each day. Small steps lead to big improvements in well-being. Strong relationships are built on positive habits, like regular communication, acts of kindness, and quality time together. Atomic habits shows that small gestures, repeated consistently, can strengthen bonds and deepen connections. Make it a habit to express gratitude, listen actively, and support your loved ones. Over time, these actions create a foundation of trust and love. Continuous learning and personal growth are fueled by good habits. Atomic Habits recommends setting aside time each day for reading, reflection, or skill building. Even a few minutes a day can lead to significant progress over time. Make learning a part of your daily routine and watch your knowledge and abilities expand. Growth is a journey, and habits are the vehicle. Regular reflection helps you stay aware of your progress and make necessary adjustments. Atomic Habits suggests reviewing your habits and results periodically. Ask yourself what's working, what isn't, and what you can improve. Reflection turns experience into insight and helps you stay aligned with your goals. Make it a habit to pause, reflect, and refine your approach. Life is full of changes and unexpected events. The ability to adapt your habits to new circumstances is crucial for long-term success. Atomic Habits teaches us to be flexible and resilient, adjusting our routines as needed. When challenges arise, focus on what you can control and keep moving forward. Adaptability ensures that your habits remain effective, no matter what life throws your way. Building good habits is a lifelong journey. Atomic Habits encourages us to keep our long-term vision in mind, even as we focus on daily actions. Set clear intentions for the future, but stay grounded in the present. Each small step brings you closer to your goals. Remember, success is the result of consistent effort over time. Stay patient, stay persistent, and trust the process. Atomic Habits by James Clear offers a blueprint for lasting change. By focusing on small, daily improvements, understanding the habit loop, and applying the 4 laws of behavior change, you can transform your life. Remember to align your habits with your identity, build strong systems, and celebrate every win. The journey may be gradual, but the results are extraordinary. Embrace the science of small wins and unlock your full potential. As we conclude, remember that every journey starts with a single step. The power to change lies in your daily choices and actions. Atomic Habits shows that transformation doesn't require massive effort, just small, consistent steps in the right direction. Start today, trust the process, and watch as your habits shape a brighter future. Your journey to lasting change begins now.